friends, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to reverse plan together while I share our daily work. So today I'm going to be sharing the work for August 24th, which is a Monday, and I didn't have time to reverse plan beforehand, so I'm just going to do it as I share the work with you guys. So we'll start from the bottom. We finished our day off with literature, and we didn't have a lot of time at the end of the day today, so we just did 15 minutes of Harry Potter. And we started to fill out this character comparison chart where she's comparing Harry and Snape, and then she just doodled while we listened to the audio. So okay. All right, for Spanish, we did lesson 2 of unit 1, and so these are the vocabulary words that we covered. So again, we listened to the audio. We did introduce the tilde on the whiteboard, the little marking over the N, and discussed that for a little bit. And then she did the writing of the vocabulary in her Spanish notebook. Okay. All right, for spelling, we switched back over to words this week. We switched back and forth between words and spelling connections, which is Zahner Bloser. So we're back into words, and so today we did 1.4, and the way we do our spelling is we have a Canva whiteboard, and there's like things in the book that it'll say like write these words on the whiteboard, and I have a whiteboard that we use. We kind of put our schedule on there, and I put a few other things on there, but it's not mounted to a wall, so it's not the most convenient to be like actively writing on there. It's just something that I can kind of prep ahead of time and like lean in a certain area in our house, but it's not the most stable to write on, you know, live time. So basically we do it this way in Canva, and then we just do it collaboratively, and so we both are on there reviewing and writing stuff on there. So, and then I print it out for her charter so she can see it as well. So this is like what it looked like on our whiteboard today. So we had these words on here, we discussed these words and what digraphs are in each word, and then I would dictate these words to her and she would type out what I dictate to her. Then I would dictate a sentence to her and she'd type that out as well. And then we have like little notes. So, you know, the digraphs we learned last lesson were the unbolded ones, and then the bolded ones were the new ones we were learning this lesson, as well as like little notes off to the side, so she can always go back and refer to her notes, such as RW and KN come at the beginning of the word, and GN can be at the beginning or the end of the word. So things like that. And so this is what our whiteboard ended up looking like at the end of the day. Before we started, these areas were blank because I hadn't dictated anything to her, but these words I had already prepped on there. So we walked through the lesson here using the whiteboard method, and then she does a worksheet. And so this is the worksheet that she did that went along with it. The only one she got wrong, she got 2 wrong. And I mean, it's like either or, because chonk is not a word, but it's actually like a slang word that is said nowadays that I don't use. But thing is also not a word, but thing used to be a slang word back when I was young. So, I mean, I marked him and we'll have a discussion about him, but just her knowing like slang and legit words is important, but it's not like I'm gonna truly ding her for that. But so that is spelling. For grammar, still working on simple subjects and predicates, lesson 3. And I think this was just one page. Yeah, this was just one page. And these were all correct. Although the lesson before this, I don't think I mentioned this, but I'm going to have to work in some supplemental stuff along with this, just working on being verbs. Being verbs are a little tricky for her. Like action verbs are easy. She can just spot those a mile away, but being verbs, for some reason, are a little bit harder for her to grasp, and it's her natural reaction to kind of go towards something that seems like maybe it's a action verb, but it's really not. It's an adjective. So it's just something that I need to keep an eye on, because I noticed that she struggles in that area a little bit. But yeah, that's what we did for grammar. Our word of the day today was suppose. We were back to Evan Moore, and so she copied that down for her morning warm-up along with her checklist, which is her chores, and she did typing today as well. All right, for math, she did review line plots and averages, 1.5. And she didn't do any science or art today. All right, and that wraps up our lesson. We just got to put our Yodo card away and highlight. And oh no, that's spelling. All right, that's all I have today. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. I appreciate you. And until next time, bye.